Hey, what's up guys? John here. I cannot believe this investment that I made about a year ago. It was a $200 investment. The investment, and I'm not bragging here, but the investment was this microphone, this tripod. I'm filming this very video on my cell phone, and a $25 editing software. And in the last 90 days, that investment generated me $75,000 exclusively from video views on YouTube. 75 grand. It's incredible. I'm not saying this to brag, but what I am doing is bringing awareness as to the shift in business that's happening right now. We are witnessing the greatest shift and transformation of wealth that we've ever seen in human history. It's going to be incredible. The middle class is, I hate to say it, but they're going to basically be gone at the end of this because we're not going to open up this year. We're probably not going to open up next year. It's probably going to be a bunch of these little open and closing of the economy. But what's here to stay is shopping online, is gaining education and knowledge and information online. If you have a business, take advantage of this. Learn. 62% of all businesses are on YouTube. 2.3 billion monthly users on YouTube. This is the future. This is where you want to be. If you want to learn how to build out a channel on YouTube, join my live training this Sunday, and I'll teach you. With that being said, I'm going to lay out where I see this happening right now in terms of advertising and making money from home. But this isn't going to be like what you're going to learn on Sunday. This is going to be a quick summary of why I think that YouTube is the future and why I think everything else is subpar. Please smash that like button. Help me share this video, and let's begin. My prediction for online business over the next 1 to 5 years is that it's going to be more expensive to advertise on Facebook and Instagram and these social media platforms than it is on television, or even to throw a billboard in the middle of LA. I think it's going to be more expensive online than it will be to do that. And the reason being, if you really think about it logically, you are targeting the specific consumer that you want to reach on Facebook and Instagram, these platforms. But with a billboard, you have no idea if they're looking, if they're seeing it, who the person is, what they're interested in, what they like. With television, you have no idea who's watching the show. But not just that, it's only that specific area in the world of those people that know. But with Facebook and Instagram, it could be anywhere in the world. So with that being said, there's a much higher value. And now with the closures of business and people not taking the former activities that they were in the past, people are spending more time, meaning that these social media platforms are gaining more data and more information about you and your habits of spending money. So that being said, they're going to sell that information to the content creator, the business owner. And it's going to get harder and harder and harder for mom and pop businesses to survive. Then we take a look at Facebook and Instagram. The average view duration on both Instagram and Facebook is between 3 and 10 seconds. But with YouTube, it's 50% of the traditional video, which is about 10 to 12 minutes. So you compare how much time people are spending on YouTube versus the other platforms, you'll see that it is just a way better place to build a connection with your audience. That being said, if you look at the business model of YouTube, YouTube's business model is if people like your content and watch your content and they hit the like button, that's your cue, please hit that like button, then what's going to happen is they're going to suggest more and more and more of your content to a new audience. So what happens is that new audience that's watching your content, then they place an ad in front of those videos. Meaning Google and YouTube make money off of promoting you for free. That's the beauty of it. So if you have a great business, you have great information, you offer great content, YouTube's going to reward you for that. And with that being said, they're going to pay you to advertise you. That's why this is the best overall platform to be on. Point blank. Point blank. It's not going to get any better than this, is YouTube. So if you've been procrastinating, maybe thinking, oh, I don't know, I don't want to get in front of the camera, YouTube's not for me, just really look at how the world's changing. This is where it's at. If you have a business, or you think about starting a business, or you have a hobby, or something that you're really interested in, really consider YouTube. Really look at this. What Facebook is doing right now is so smart for them, and this is why I think that the cost to advertise is going to continue to climb, is what they're doing is they're taking more of a philanthropic approach, offering $100 million in ad credits and grants to small business owners to bring their business from which was once a small local business with face-to-face human interaction to bring it online and advertise on their platform. Ultimately, they're going to have these new advertisers compete for ad space with their already existing advertisers, and ultimately they're going to drive up the cost to advertise, and they're basically going to compete against one another. Facebook is going to win in a big way, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see another introduction to more grants and more credits to bring small businesses on Facebook. And as that happens, I mean, this right now is an opportunity for Facebook. They already are kind of like the John D. Rockefeller of this era, where they're strangling out all other forms of competition. But this is where we're headed. It's going to be really fascinating to witness this and watch this from the sidelines. Facebook generated $69.7 billion from advertising in 2019, more than 98% of its total revenue for the year. And most of those ads don't come from companies like Starbucks and Coca-Cola so much as the sprawling list of small and medium-sized businesses who use Facebook to attract customers and to build their brands. Facebook has 8 million advertisers, it said earlier this year. Of those, the highest spending 100 brands accounted for $4.2 billion in Facebook advertising last year. According to data from marketing research firm Pathmatics, or only about 6% of platforms' ad revenue. The last time Facebook shared that data itself was April 2019, when COO Sheryl Sandberg said the top 100 advertisers represented less than 20% of total ad revenue. So what does that mean? It means that all small businesses are competing against one another. And this article happened just 6-7 months ago. So what's going to happen as time continuously moves forward? It's going to be more small businesses competing, and it's just going to get harder and harder and harder. That's why I'm just so for YouTube compared to Instagram and Facebook, because I know that their business model is set up against the content creator and the business owner, whereas YouTube, it's quite the opposite. So another reason why I think YouTube is going to be massive, I think these YouTube content creators, we're going to start to see, the first YouTube billionaire. We're going to start to see the first 100 million, 200 millionaire. We already have some like Mr. Beast and people that are really just crushing it. But what I think is going to happen, and this is why I love YouTube so much, what I think is going to happen is I think that business owners are going to say, you know what, I'm getting screwed at Facebook and Instagram advertising. The cost just doesn't justify the return. So I need to reach out to content creators on YouTube that have the audience that I want to attract, and I can just pay them a flat fee. Maybe I can do a 3-year deal, 5-year deal, give them $1 million a year. It sounds crazy, but I'm telling you, this is going to be a way better investment for them. So they do this, or possibly an equity stake. I'll give you 20% equity in this company if you represent it for 5 years. And then people will see the value. You have 2, 3, 4 companies like that you're working with. That is what's going to happen. And that's why we're going to see some of these companies really blow up and scale, and these YouTubers are going to just crush it. And then on top of that, YouTubers are making money on the Google AdSense, on all the video views, and merch products, courses. Like, there's just so many things that they can do to monetize their platform. Whereas on Facebook and Instagram, it's just not the way. I have 200,000+ followers on Instagram, and what I'm noticing is that every 6 months it's less of an organic reach than I had the 6 months prior. And the reason being is that they want you to pull out that credit card and advertise on their platform. But that's just not the way on YouTube. And that's why I love YouTube so much compared to any of the other platforms. And that's why I'm going to stay consistent and post, stay on my schedule, and really zone in on YouTube, because I know YouTube long term is going to be the absolute cash cow. So if you have an online business, you're kind of figuring out how you can monetize it better, make more money, you need to get on YouTube and build out this platform. I started a year ago with 0 subscribers and grew it consistently. It took me about 11 months to get to 30,000 subscribers, but then I figured exactly how to grow and scale on YouTube. I picked up 80,000 subscribers in 3 months. 80,000. That's when the revenue really just skyrocketed. So if you want to learn about how to grow on YouTube, you don't want to waste 10 months like I did trying to figure out how to get it off the ground, join my live training. Click the link, it's pinned at the top comment. Join the training. You're going to learn so much. You'll see if YouTube's really for you. But most importantly, it'll give you clarity on what the best direction is for you and your online business. So that being said, I'll see you on that live training pinned at the top comment below. please smash that like button, drop your comments below as to where you see online going with both advertising and personal brands. And consider subscribing for more content on personal finance, business, real estate, and of course, money. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video.